Good morning. So this is the reading for Wednesday, November 20th, and I can't believe we're already at the end of November. I mean, it's so quickly approaching. So let's see. There's also a lot of pretty strong astrology that's been taking place. So on the 19th, we just had Pluto enter the sign of Aquarius. So we're now done with that Pluto and Capricorn energy. So let's get a little bit about our current energy here. This is, there's something really significant right now. One more on future energy. I'll be really curious to see how this all plays out when I clarify. Yeah. So looking here, bottom of the deck, strength card showing up, Leo energy. So this is about being bold, stepping out of your comfort zone, taking some sort of action here that is very decisive and very much in alignment with what you want. This kind of Pluto entering into Aquarius energy, it does feel like it's like a liberation. I mean, that's what Pluto in Aquarius really is. We're going to experience this kind of shadow of that kind of, because it's never that clean cut off and new beginning. But what's happening here is that planet of death and rebirth, that Pluto energy, the transition, transformative type of energy, it's leaving this place where it was really restricted in that Capricorn, where it was creating a lot of limitations, restrictions, and it was showing you what needed to end, what cycles needed to be broken. And now you're entering into this kind of liberating period where all the changes are meant to be different. You're meant to go about things differently here. And so this is where that being bold and stepping out of your comfort zone energy is coming from. It's because you're being encouraged and really motivated to take that type of action right now. And so when I look at the past energy here, I'm getting the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles, and Temperance energy. So Sagittarius energy showing up here. So whatever happened in the past, you were able to see things from a different perspective. You were able to learn a lot about yourself. You were able to take whatever lessons that were connected to the old kind of paradigms, the old structures, and really incorporate things that you learned, because not everything was bad. In fact, a lot of things were really right in the moment. It's just as you kind of evolved, those also needed to evolve, and not everything did. And so now you're taking whatever lessons that you learned from the past, being able to kind of put that in your skill set, kind of think of it in your toolbox of skills here. With the Hanged Man and the Temperance also showing up, Hanged Man, of course, seeing things from a different perspective, maybe even causing some delays here, but Temperance is really similar energy. Temperance is hope, it's optimism. You can see it here. It's balancing out this inner energy, but it is also about seeing I don't know why I can't get the words out today. Seeing things from that high level perspective. So it is about the big picture here, which can also be the Hanged Man, depending on how you look at the situation. If you were to kind of extrapolate yourself from the situation and be able to look at it through some sort of objective mindset, or somebody that just wasn't you, so somebody else's subjective view of the situation, this is where you're able to see things differently. So a lot of similarities between these two, but whatever it was, it feels very productive. It gave you, I'm getting a lot of courage in order to be able to move forward and kind of forge this new path for yourself here. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. So Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2008, and I don't know all the details off the top of my head. I don't remember all the dates, because there would have been some kind of transition in and out of the sign from Sagittarius into Capricorn. But what I'm getting is that whatever the karmic cycle was that started around that time, it's done. You're really entering into a brand new phase, a brand new chapter. Lots of changes are taking place here. I am getting the Magician in the current energy. I'm getting the Four of Cups, which is coming across as an unexpected offer. So something here is about to transpire. I think it's because collectively we're all going about things a little bit differently now than we would have in the past, but I'm also getting the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a positive turn of events. This is also something that is supposed to happen. This is kind of one of those fated, destined moments where things are turning around for you. And I'm just, this unexpected offer, because it's an offer coming towards you. Now, you could be making an offer to another person, whether it's business, romance, whatever it is, whatever area of your life this touches. This is something that you've been wanting for a while. We actually have all the fire signs represented. So we have strength with Leo, we have temperance with Sagittarius, we actually have the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, so it is the ruler of Sagittarius. And now we've got the Emperor showing up with Aries energy. This is a very action-oriented time period. Now is the time to take whatever action that you feel like you need to take. Now's the time to really step out of your comfort zone. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid of taking some sort of risk here, because that's what emperors do. They take risks. And so there's something about you wanting to take a risk, needing to take a risk. I'm getting the Page of Cups, so there might be some sort of an apology or like a heartfelt conversation with another person. That might be part of stepping out of this kind of comfort zone here. I am getting the Chariot, so Cancer energy showing up. Also 8 of Swords, and so you've put a lot of thought into this is what I'm getting. These are things that you've been wanting, so things that might have really kind of trapped you in your mind in the past are kind of really being set free right now. You are breaking out of any kind of limitations and restrictions. You're not so focused on over analyzing a situation anymore, because right now it's a time for action. So that kind of being stuck in your thoughts, it's in the past here. Let's get some additional details. So tell me about Hanged Man. And Temperance. I'm actually getting 2 cards on Temperance. Okay. With the Hanged Man energy, I am getting the 2 of Cups. So this could be more romance related. If that's your story, it is about coming into union with another person. And so unions, again, can be many different types of relationships. It doesn't necessarily just mean romance here, but it would be something that you feel like a deep soul connection to the person, the situation, whatever it is. And so you were given this perspective to see things differently, to really see the value in this. There's something where you needed to get that full picture on what this looks like before you were able to move forward. I don't want to say you were taking it for granted. I think that you just weren't aware of it all. There was a piece of information that just wasn't visible to you, and now you're able to see it. So it's showing up as past energy, which tells me that you already have that clarity in order to move forward. With the 8 of Pentacles, I'm getting the Judgment. And so very clear decision on your part to incorporate the lessons that you need, really kind of build your toolbox of skills here so that you can move forward, because you're not going back. There's nothing about this that has you looking in the back, going back into an old situation here. Now, I say this as Mercury is about to station retrograde and we're already in the shadow. That doesn't mean other people from your past aren't going to resurface. It just means that you're not going to go back to old lessons. You're not going to go back into old relationships with that same mindset. That's just not going to be the case here. Clarifying Temperance is the Strength card with the 3 of Cups. So Strength is out here twice. Lots and lots of fire energy showing up. And so part of what's really encouraging you to take this kind of bold action is that it feels really good. It feels like it's the right decision for you with that Temperance energy. It feels very balanced. 3 of Cups, again, this is where it just feels really good to do something different, to kind of get out of any stuck or stagnant energy. And the Wheel of Fortune, let's see if we can get 1 card on the wheel. With the Magician, I'm getting Justice energy. So whatever you're going after, very balanced, very grounded. Temperance, Libra, both speak about balance. One is more inner, one is more kind of balancing out the entire situation, getting your head and heart in alignment here. You've been doing that. It's allowing you to really see things clearly, go after exactly what you want with that very clear mindset of, this is for me and I'm not going to let anything hold me back. With the 4 of Cups, I'm getting the 7 of Wands. And so you, because I'm getting 2 different messages here. One is you're resisting any kind of negative mindset. You're going to actively fight to kind of fall back into old patterns because you know that that's just not right for you anymore. And you're growing and expanding to the point where it doesn't even feel comfortable anymore to go back into those old patterns. But what you're also going to do here is really fight for whatever this new beginning, this new offer is. And I say new beginning because it's actually showing up here. Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is the Fool card. So this is a fated new beginning, and you're really all about let me walk through the doorway, let me walk through the entryway, that portal into this new beginning, and not look back and not care what happens about those old situations anymore, because I've disconnected from them. They just don't work for me anymore. They don't even feel comfortable anymore. So let's get some additional details on the Emperor. Page of Cups. Okay. Not as many as I saw in some of the other readings, but definitely still getting some repeating cards here. So with the Emperor, I'm getting the Three of Wands. And so again, stepping out of your comfort zone, really taking some sort of bold action. This is exactly what you want to do. You also recognize when is the time to act versus not. When do you kind of let the universe take control of the situation for a little bit before you kind of really intervene again? This is a card of patience. Patience is very pivotal when it comes to the Emperor. When it comes to really coming up with some sort of war strategy, because that's what Mars is, you need to know when to fight the battles, when to step out of your comfort zone, when to take that really bold action versus maybe not necessarily an inaction, but maybe like a lesser action. Instead of doing something really bold and dramatic, it would be something that's more in kind of line with maybe an action that you would have taken in the past, but still feels right for you. Whatever it is that you're doing here, there is part of this journey is about you kind of tempering yourself and really understanding what action is needed when. Not everything can be bold and dramatic, and not everything can be passive. And so it's finding that kind of middle ground. That's what this is all about. And clarifying the Page of Cups is the Emperor. So here, whatever conversations that you're having with other people, you're really putting yourself out there on an emotional level. You're expressing how you feel about a situation, exactly what it is that you want, and really wearing your heart on your sleeve. And I know I said it in one of the Zodiac readings, but wearing your heart on your sleeve is actually a strength, and a lot of people perceive it as a weakness. I think we're entering a time period where people are going to be more open and vocal about how they feel about things, and it has everything to do with those healthy boundaries. When it comes to connecting with other people, if you don't tell somebody that what they're doing upsets you or offends you in some sort of way, then they're going to continue doing it because they just don't know. And it's not about you, I'm trying to find the right words to describe this, because what you're really trying to establish here is those healthy boundaries, that healthy mindset, being able to speak how you feel about a situation, whether the other person agrees or not. It's not really about that. It's about you and the way that you're expressing yourself and wearing your heart on your sleeve and saying, that doesn't work for me. You can't treat me that way. You can't walk all over me in that way and think that I'm just going to be available for you. And maybe that was me in the past, but that's not me now. And so there's something about that kind of energy. With that Chariot and that Eight of Swords, so really getting out of your head and really taking some sort of action here. King of Swords, love the King of Swords energy, because this is also helping you kind of figure out what needs to go, what needs to stay. And you're coming at it from a very clear mindset here. There's not an opportunity for you to fall back into old patterns, because you've evolved so much that you just don't want those anymore. And now, yes, you might take actions that are very reminiscent of what you would have done in the past, but it's because those are still necessary now, and they're still going to be necessary going forward. Not everything from the past is going to be severed. That's just not how this is going to play out. So this is the reading for Wednesday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.